Guanyin came to the museum's collection in 1920. And what we know about Guanyin from when it was acquired is that it was white. When we look at the acquisition photographs and publications, we can see the sculpture in the same posture, but covered with a white or creamy colored white layer on the surface. So part of Guanyin's really interesting history is that it did transform over time, both in the temples in China and then also since it's been here at the MFA. And in the 1950s, there was a major restoration where the white layer was removed. We have an idea that the white coating and a paper layer was removed to reveal the gilding that we see now, and also some of the other colors that we see now, the raised brocade around the short skirt, the red long skirt, and some of the really interesting decorations. This was a time when WGBH was filming here at the museum, and the lights for the photography must have revealed some of the bright colors underneath. And the sculpture looked particularly drab under this new way of looking at things with bright television lights. Guanyin is carved from wood. It's a solid wood block construction. It's made from about 14 pieces of wood, and we were able to identify the species of the tree. It's Paulownia tomentosa, which is also called empress tree. The tree reaches maturity in about 20 years, and we were able to count 20 growth rings on the tree. It has a very distinctive anatomy with an open pith. The center of the tree is a fairly open structure, and we can see all of that when we look at the sculpture. The statue was made in northern China, in Shanxi province, and there's an inscription on the back that tells us the name of the district where it was made. The decoration on Guanyin's red skirt is really phenomenal. It's called cut gold leaf decoration. In Japanese, it's called kirakane. It's a technique that was developed in China for decorating Buddhist sculpture. Most of the examples that I've seen are geometric patterns, and I've seen very few of these large, ornate floral patterns. It's done with a technique of hammering gold leaf together or heating gold leaf, multiple layers of it, so that you have some thickness to this very, very thin gold leaf, and then cutting it into narrow strips and applying it with an adhesive onto your painted surface. The hem of the red skirt was a bright green color, a copper chloride green, and that also would have been striking with a small gilded edging. Originally, we believe the flesh would have been a pink or white color, and that over time, the flesh was then gilded and regilded, and over time also much more jewelry was added to Guanyin. One way that we looked at Guanyin was with x-radiographs. So we took x-rays of the entire sculpture, and one of the first things that we noticed in doing that is that Guanyin's eyes were made of glass beads. So they're a dark colored glass, but they have stringing holes running vertically through them. And we can also see hand-forged nails that are used to apply the decoration of the crown as well. So we can see many, many features in the x-rays, as well as seeing the dowels that are used to hold the various sections of the wood together. So now when we look at the sculpture, we are seeing many periods of time simultaneously. We're seeing original coloration in the red skirt, for example. We're seeing later coloration when we look at the gilded flesh. We're seeing later additions with the jewelry, but this was all applied in China as part of the object's history.